Certified most accurate. Now your first Warren 5 forecast with Mid-Michigan's only live radar. Here's meteorologist John Gross.
It's coming down pretty good there in the Flint area, so let's go ahead and zoom on in here. You could see these yellows and oranges moving from west to east along I-69. That is some heavier rain. Here are the relative humidity values. Most of us are at that 90 percentile or higher. You combine that with very light winds, and yes, you guessed it, we are dealing with some fog across the region this morning. Here are some hot weather safety tips for you. Limit the time outdoors, especially those strenuous activities. Stay in the AC if you can. Drink plenty of water and wear that light-colored, loose-fitting clothing. Absorbs less of that sunlight.
But in the meantime,
you caught me checking my tie. I was just kind of making sure it was straight there.
It's good. You're
That's
looking
the
good.
beautiful thing of live television.
Yes.
All right.
Looking great.
For the Ally Challenge, we've got Cody Kaczynski out there giving us some live coverage. She'll be out there all day, and the weather looks to be cooperating. Temperatures are going to be warming up throughout the 70s, getting into those lower 80s. For the morning commute at 7 o'clock in the morning, a little bit more cloud cover, and then same story as we hit the afternoon hours. We're going to see those chances for isolated showers and thunderstorms. I mean,
That's the killer.
It is meteorological fall now.
Right.
So, I mean, if you want to look at the astronomical side, it is still technically summer, but in my department, it is fall. Let's go ahead and take a live look outside this morning. Over downtown Saginaw, current temperature here is at 63 degrees. Our dew point is at 59. So like we are in the 50s with the dew points, very calm and comfortable out there. The Storm Prediction Center has all of us here in mid-Michigan under that marginal risk. So the main impacts with that are going to be those heavier downpours, the lightning, and the gusty winds as well. All right, get a whiff of this. We were kind of laughing about it earlier. A Japanese company is hoping to turn armpits into a gold mine for advertising. Our first Warren 5 Sky Tracker across the region, you can see we have a plume of moisture that's continuing to feed into mid-Michigan, and that is why we are continuing to just see these scattered showers and even thunderstorms across the region. And those heat indices combining that humidity is going to make it feel like we are in the mid-90s across mid-Michigan. And speaking of Tropical Depression Florence, here's the latest on it. It's currently moving at a whole 8 miles an hour, but will affect us here in mid-Michigan. We'll let you know all coming up.
You know, I'm cracking up with that Microsoft Excel one because that is complicated.
It is.
It takes a minute to get in there.
I'm not the most efficient person in Microsoft Excel either.
No, that one made me laugh.
Yeah, that would be the lie.
Yep.
I'll tell you what's not a lie. This fog that we're dealing with is pretty dense out there across all of mid-Michigan. So heading out on the roadways this morning out the door, give yourself a few extra minutes to your destination. Let's go ahead and get you caught up on the visibilities across the region this morning. As you can see, a good majority of us are even now below a mile out there. So just give yourself a little bit of extra time out on the roadways. Leave a good amount of distance between you and the car in front of you, and use those low beam headlights, not the high beams, because those reflect back into your tunnel of vision. We don't want to reduce that visibility any more than it already is. High temperatures for today, I think good majority of mid-Michigan looks to top off into the mid to upper 80s. And then with those humidity values, it's going to be feeling like we're closer to 90 degrees. So it's going to be, yes, another hot and humid one once again for today. Temperature trend for the next 5 days. If you like the heat and humidity, it's going to be sticking with us through Monday and Tuesday. By the time we get into Wednesday, cold front looks to move on through. That's going to bring those temperatures back down closer to normal for this time of year. And we're also going to get rid of the humidity going throughout the second half of the work week. So the humidity outlook for the next few days, staying in that high category for today and then into the beginning of next week. Like that cold front will move on through. We'll get rid of the humidity, and then we're going to bring a little bit of taste for fall back for the second half of the work week. First 4 and 5 pinpoint Doppler radar across mid-Michigan this morning. We're staying dry, and it's going to be staying that way as we go throughout this morning and then even into the afternoon as well. Once we get that fog burned off, let's go ahead and walk you through the first 4 and 5 hour by hour forecast. Still dealing with the fog at around 8:30 this morning. It'll quickly mix on out of here by the time we hit the afternoon hours. It looks like a good majority of us will see a good mix of sun and clouds throughout the afternoon. It's not until we get into the later evening and the overnight period where we'll have to watch some rain start to develop, especially north of US 10, I think is going to be the better chance. Another push looks to move on throughout your morning commute, so just be aware of that. Have the rain gear ready to go just in case for your Monday morning, and then it looks to continue by the time we get into the afternoon hours around noontime. But then as we get into your Monday afternoon and into the evening, we'll look to see a little bit more clearing and then some sunshine for your second half of the day. Backyard forecast, I think it's going to be looking good if you want to get out to the pool today. Just have the sunscreen ready to go. We'll be up to around 87 degrees. Those heat indices for today is going to be making it feel like we're closer to 90 with partly cloudy skies, and then by the time we get get to tonight. We'll be down to around 70 degrees, mostly cloudy skies. Those showers and thunderstorms will be developing mainly after midnight, and I think the majority of them look to stay north of the U.S. 10 corridor. High temperatures for tomorrow. If you think it's going to be hot today, check out this, especially along I-69, Owasso, Flint, and Lapeer. I think you have a good run of getting into those lower 90s, and then those heat indices for tomorrow look to even get closer to 100 degrees, so would not be surprised to see a heat advisory issued by the National Weather Service for your Monday. In your first 4 and 5 7-day forecast, rain chances will continue through Monday, Tuesday, and even into Wednesday. Cold front will move on throughout your Wednesday, dropping the temperatures, then some sunshine for Thursday and Friday. Ashley, almost done. Things back to you.
All right, sounds good, John. Thank you.